Pax Dei, a stunning-looking new game developed by Mainframe Studio, appeared recently at the beginning of this year, and they for sure got gamers intrigued. The developer team is filled with veterans that work for Blizzard, Remedy, Ubisoft and CCP. The game is using Unreal Engine 5, is built for PC and is in development for cloud gaming platforms to become playable on any screen. The story begins in the world of Gallia, one of 4 great kingdoms that stood for eons but crumbled along with all the others and most of the civilization during the Great Downfall. So far they didn't share much of gameplay, but with what we saw so far it looks very promising. They are working on PvP to feel more dynamic and more about social structures, roles and positions of power in play-formed communities instead of just a static PvP toggle or zone restrictions. They don't want PvP to feel like a separate mode and create a gap between PvE and PvP players. According to their vision, PvP should be an integral part of the world and economy. They plan to offer players interesting and meaningful ways to opt in and dip their toes in PvP. On the question, will players lose all their items in PvP? Will PvP be full loot? Their answer was, there will be values lost in PvP, and players will be able to decide how much they are willing to risk for greater rewards. One of the really important questions was, will Pax Dei use any kind of fast travel system? And their answer was, the game will feature different ways to get around. But as with many other parts of Pax Dei, there will be limitations and trade-offs when using them. The goal is not to trivialize travel and the logistics involved, but to offer a way to play the most content and join your friends within a reasonable amount of time. Now, what is really interesting about the game is that the game won't have NPCs. You won't find any of the traditional MMO NPC cities, NPC quest givers or NPC vendors in the world, but you will find a wide selection of creatures and AI enemies in PvE. Players will inhabit the lands, build the towns, handle training, crafting, etc. Also, no quest givers does not mean no quest-like content. The world will be filled with lore and mysteries that require exploration and collaboration. Mysteries and clues will be found by examining the world, finding notes and research in discarded books or artifacts. You will unlock recipes or clues that lead you towards dungeons or hidden treasures, and let you access content and rare rewards that would otherwise be hidden or inaccessible to you. When it comes to races, game will not have any other race besides the human. As a player, you will be only able to play a human avatar that you will be able to customize with various traits to make it unique and your own. This is part of their low fantasy or medieval fantasy approach. When it comes to classes and skills, the game will not have a class-based system, but that doesn't mean there won't be any roles. They are not yet ready to share full details, but they did confirm that Holy Trinity tank, heal and DPS will play a part in Pax Dei. When it comes to leveling, they don't have a global character level, but they have skills, and these skills have a leveling system. So we are guessing the progress of skills will depend on weapon usage, as we have seen in some other MMOs. The game map is expected to be huge. The world of Pax Dei is split into 4 main regions plus 4 in-between regions. 4 main regions are Gallia, Gothia, Iberia and Anatolia. For the release, they are focusing on building a part of Gallia whose terrain and atmosphere are mainly inspired by southwest of France, with a pinch of a magical twist. A province is a large section of a region. The game will have a different type of provinces, but the heartland provinces are the most important and the biggest ones. Another type of province is what they currently call the contested provinces, which, as you can guess, are related to PvP. The entire world of Pax Dei won't be available at release, and as they said, they will start with a portion of the world in the region in Gallia. Their aim is for at least 2 or 3 heartland provinces, plus some dungeons and another type of province for when they will open the doors to the world. Overall, we're talking about a playground of approximately 150 square kilometers or 58 square miles. This is just, for comparison, 4 times bigger than the Skyrim map, and this is just one of the regions we're talking about. When it comes to building and plots, characters will be able to claim a plot in which a portion of land that can be found in areas open for building. In current game, each player has just one plot, but they said they will eventually add ways in which you can get additional land. When you're placing a plot, you'll be able to pick the plot location in your heartlands pretty freely, and we'll see a preview of exactly what area you're getting is like. Players being able to participate in creating their world means none of the locations will be the same and each server will look different. As for the business model for the game, they're still working on it and are not yet able to share the specifics. That being said, a core pillar of Pax Dei is its player-driven economy, and ensuring it will run smoothly drives how they think and will determine decisions about the business model. They didn't specify how much will Pax Dei cost, but they did assure us that they are not supporting NFTs, blockchain, and it won't be part of their plans for Pax Dei. They announced a large-scale alpha test in the near future, and you can already sign up for it on their website. They didn't state the exact number of participants, but they did say the number will be limited and they plan to do playtests in waves. What is interesting is that on account management they added a token field to the alpha sign-up to allow groups of friends and clanmates to play together. The system will flag everybody with the same token as a group, and they said they will do their best to invite the entire group simultaneously. They did mention they can't guarantee it though. Depending on the different factors, they could end up inviting only part of the group. As mentioned before, they plan to support more languages, but for the upcoming alpha test besides English, they're starting with the German and French, and by the time game gets released, they will work on more based on the responses they get.